as much as we want to break down the technical side of the epic fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, April 20th, Barclays Center, New York City, my city, we cannot neglect that it has Gervonta Tang Davis' name written all over it. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, Regis Prograis, the former junior welterweight champion of the world, had a recent interview with Mill City Boxing and actually exposed the pay-per-view numbers he and Devin Haney had. It was actually so terrible that he didn't even get paid back-end money, back-end pay-per-view money. There was no back-end pay-per-view money because they didn't have a successful pay-per-view event. I know sometimes we hear it from reporters and things of that nature, but when a fighter says it, see, a fighter really never be that real and say, you know what, man, this our pay-per-view ain't make no money. I ain't never seen no money for the pay-per-view because it ain't make no money. The reason why it has Gervonta Tang Davis written on name all over the Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia is because I believe the reason why the Haneys actually took this fight with Ryan Garcia, not only because they have a rivalry with Ryan Garcia dating back to the amateurs, it's because they trying to seek the numbers that Gervonta Tang Davis and Ryan Garcia had. So then in the future, Devin Haney could actually negotiate close to being the A side, or, you know, negotiate that with Gervonta Tang Davis, a future fight. I think that's what it is. The motive, the guy that's dictating the approach, their approach to one of the Ryan Garcia fight is Gervonta Tang Davis. And as much as, you know, there's people that want to critique Gervonta Tang Davis and say that, you know, Gervonta Tang Davis is not challenging himself, his resume is not up to par to the point to the likes of what Devin Haney has been doing. In all actuality, Gervonta Tang Davis still run-ish. As much, look, folks, as much as people want to neglect that fact, Gervonta Tang Davis still runs to the point where he's dictating fights without him even being in that fight. Now, a lot of people are speculating about that the tickets ain't selling. Now, look, I'm not one of these guys that be pocket watching, but of course, in this community, that's what people really want to talk about nowadays, right? So, there's an interest of people that want to talk about it or listen to it. I really don't care because I'm going to go to the fight. Or if I'm not going to go to the fight, I'm going to pay for the fight. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be in my city. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we get access. But I hope that Devin Haney is not fighting Ryan Garcia for that reason, even though that we're speculating that he's fighting him for that reason. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a business, probably a business strategy. But I don't think that Devin Haney should dictate his career moving just to get a Gervonta Tang Davis fight. It should be the other way around, a matter of fact. It should be that Gervonta Tang Davis is dictating his way to get a Devin Haney fight because Devin Haney is more accomplished in terms of hardware. You know, but it is what it is. This is the way that boxing is going right now, and hopefully the fans support Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia, so we could really, you know, so legacy could reign supreme. Now, what Devin Haney has to do, Devin Haney has to outperform Gervonta Tang Davis, because if he's not going to outperform him in the box office, right? In the box office, he got to do something to outperform him in the ring. And if Devin Haney can't outperform Gervonta Tang Davis versus Ryan Garcia in the box office nor in the ring, then Gervonta Tang Davis is going to stay as the number one guy. Is going to stay as the A side. See, one thing about Gervonta Tang Davis is that Gervonta Tang Davis is actually, you know what I'm saying, he's performing. And he's creating the oohs and ahs. His performance is going outside of the rim of boxing. It's going to the casuals, it's highlight reels and things of that nature. Now, like, a lot of these fighters are accomplishing things, but nobody is quite. Even though I understand that the Gervonta Tang Davis opponents is levels below the opponents that Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez is fighting, right? He's still creating that type of highlight reel. He's still creating that type of illusion of perception, right? He's captivating the imagination and the emotions of the boxing fans in terms of knockouts, right? We seen Devin Haney had a great fight with Lomachenko, but did it give you a highlight reel? Did it give you that type of knockout like Gervonta Tang Davis is producing? How about the fight with Regis Prograis? If it's giving you that type of illusion, is it reaching to the casuals because they spend money, right? The same thing we could go by Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson, a 3-division world champion, but what performances really give you that oohs and ahs, right? The Yoshino fight, but nobody really knew Yoshino. Look, when the lights are bright, you really got to give the fans that type of imagination, that type of excitement. And Teofimo Lopez fought the likes of Lomachenko, fought the likes of Josh Taylor, and it was a great performance, right, for the hardcore boxing fans. But outside of the rim, did it end in an epic knockout? Yeah, it was showboat, and it was good for the boxing purists, for the boxing fans. But the thing is, it's not giving that knockout. Oh my God! The highlight reel that people just open their mouth and be in awe, right? So Devin Haney has to go out there versus Ryan Garcia and do what's not expected of him to do. If Devin Haney wins, people expect Devin Haney to outbox Ryan Garcia. People is expecting that. In the sport of boxing, you got to exceed the expectations. Exceed the expectations in terms of performance. Ain't nothing wrong with Devin Haney in terms of accomplishment, in terms of how he negotiated his deal. You feel me? I think that Devin Haney is one of the elite guys in and out the ring in terms of a businessman and a fighter. The only thing that's holding him back from, if they want to compare their numbers or themselves to Gervonta Tang Davis in terms of his performance, he got to outperform Gervonta Tang Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Because if people's thinking about Ryan Garcia getting knocked out by Gervonta Tang Davis, or making Ryan Garcia quit by Gervonta Tang Davis, right? What Devin Haney going to do? Outbox Ryan Garcia? You got to do something. You got to do something. It is what it is. It's not. Devin Haney shouldn't get out of character, because a win is still a win. But if you're trying to gauge yourself to Gervonta Tang Davis, you got to outperform him. Devin Haney got to outperform Gervonta Tang Davis versus Ryan Garcia. If not, it doesn't move the needle, because it doesn't seem like he's going to beat him in the box office. Let me know what y'all think, man. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you, God bless, and on to the next.